Hello everyone, this is Super Dave and this is Super Dave's Ultimate Guide to Ark Survival Evolved. These videos are to help the beginners and even the hardened veterans at the game Ark Survival Evolved, and also to help with any tips or tricks or any general advice for playing the game. Make sure you enjoy the video and leave a like and subscribe. Hello everyone, this is a quick message before the video begins. I just wanted to let you know to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps me, build better videos in the future. So thank you and enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Super Dave and I'm back on the Ultimate Guide to Ark. Well, today I was originally just going to tell you how the utility creature on Scorched Earth works, but I kind of already went through that. What I'm going to actually be discussing is all the Scorched Earth exclusive creatures on this map and what they're good for. I guess first of all, hold on, let me get everything set up and I'll be right back. Alright, so first off, we're going to start off with probably one of the first creatures you're able to tame is a jerboa. They're exclusive on Scorched Earth, of course. Well, they're a shoulder mount, of course, but what they're good for is to warn you of any weather events. Just pushing a bunch of random buttons. But, and also being very cute. Yeah, and they only tame at level 1, so they're pretty simple to tame. You just punch them, or I wouldn't really recommend shooting them. But yeah, just punch them until they get knocked out, feed them some berries, or the plant Y seeds. Plant Y seeds will like instantly tame them. So that will be it on the jerboa. I will showcase the next creature. Alright, the next creature, which is basically the trike on this map, because there's no trikes, but they work just as similar as the trikes. They're pretty simple to tame. You can boomerang them, you can use slingshot and all that. But they're good at gathering berries and cactus. Let me show you how good they are at like the cactus app. Eventually I'll make it to a cactus. Alright, right over here is the cactus. They're pretty good at getting cactus. There we go, got some cactus and a whole bunch of berries. Alright. They're also good because they can store water. As you can see, best way to replenish it, if it rains, it'll replenish it, or just take it down to water and it'll refill, and you can actually get a drink. That makes these guys pretty vital in this map. So that'll be it for the Morellatops, and we'll move on to the next creature. Alright, our next creature is the vulture. They can be fairly simple to tame as long as they're not aggro. You just put some spoiled meat in the last slot on your hotbar and tame them up. This girl was a max level, so she was flying around over there, so I went in and tamed her. They're good at storing spoiled meat in gatherings, or like spoiling your regular meat if you want like fast spoiled meat. So. And they're a shoulder mount. That'll be it for the vulture. Alright, our next creature is the thorny dragon. They're pretty easy to knock out. They do spawn in like groups of 2 or 3. What they're really good at is gathering wood. So they're basically like the beavers and mammoths. There we go. I think they do have a reduction to, yeah, they do. But they don't have it really a ton of weight. And they do this tail attack, which does do torpor, but it's not a reliable way to knock things out. So they're pretty good creatures. Probably best way to tame them is trap them. They can be carried by RGs. I mean, you can always carry one with an RG and put it in a trap, or you could just lead it to a trap. Be careful of their little attack. So we'll move on to the next creature. Alright, so our next creature is the mantis. They're pretty good creatures as well. You can tame them with death horns, or deathworm horns. Death horns. And they're pretty good fighters. They can be pretty fast, but they don't have a huge amount of weight. They're pretty strong, especially when you equip with weapon. I got these guys equipped with pike. And then if you attack them, you just go like that, and it does a pretty good deal of damage. They are also good at gathering resources as well. Gather wood, depending on what weapon or tool you equip them with. So you could give them a hatchet, you could give them pike, you could give them pick. I believe you can give them sickles, you can give them swords. So they're pretty good, and this is actually a pretty good way to move around. They do not get reduced weight on the resources though, so if you're using them for gathering, then you probably need to raise their weight. And I can only imagine how good they would be if you breed them, so, since they're now breedable. We'll move on to the next creature. Next, I'm going to show off the wyverns. First is the fire wyvern. I just spawned these in and force tamed them. I didn't really have the resources to steal eggs and hatch them. So. But the fire wyvern, of course, they shoot the fire breath. Do the bite. Wing flap, which will gather stuff. So they're actually pretty decent creatures at gathering certain things like wood, thatch, and cactus sap. Let me gamma this. Now it's dark. Alright. But yeah. Fire, it's probably one of the better wyverns to have. So go ahead and put him up, I believe. And then we'll move on to the next one. Next is the poison wyvern. And, well, just like with the fire wyvern, that which gathers thatch and some wood. It's also good for knockback, but I didn't mention. Bite, and then you have poison breath. There we go. Which is pretty good, but it's not the best. Compare all the other wyverns. So. But they're still pretty good, so we'll move on to the next creature. Next, we got the lightning wyvern, which is actually one of my favorites. Like I said, also does the wing flap. And then it has a lightning. So pretty good amount of tick damage to a lot of things. Supposedly it does deal torpor, but it's not a reliable way to knock things out. It'll just kill them. It'll kill them before they knock out. So, but lightning wyverns are my personal favorite. So, all right, and we'll move on to the next creature. I probably should have shown this before the wyverns, but I guess the next creature will be the Lamantria, which is the, other than the wyvern, is the other, well, and the phoenix. The three flyers that are exclusive to the Scorched Earth map. They're pretty decent flyers. They don't have the greatest weight. They don't gather anything. They don't attack. They do this. That causes things to slow down, so it's kind of a good way to, get away from stuff. But other than that, I mean, they're not the greatest things, but I mean, if you're looking for an early flyer, then these guys are it, at least. I mean, they're not super hard to tame if you know how to, trap them. You can use like a tent or whatever, so, or even some signs or whatever. But yeah, that's it for the Lamantria. We'll move on to the next creature. Alright, so the next creature is the Rock Elemental. They're all over this map, especially like in the mountain area and stuff. So you'll see them disguised as rocks, and when you get near them, they come out. Some ways to trap them. I'll probably showcase that later, but they are they're tanky. They have resistance to damage and stuff. Alright. They're good at gathering resources too. Gain your stamina. This guy doesn't have a ton of stamina. This guy is kind of a low level, but yeah, as you can see, they have pretty good stats even at low level. Like this one's 4,500 health, so it's pretty good for health. They're tanky, like so they gather a lot of stuff. They're probably more efficient for, of course they don't gather metal. So. But yeah. And let's see, they have of course, ground and pound attack, which I believe deals a pretty good deal amount of damage. Let's test this. Let me put a lot of stuff on you. Killed that Pego. Well, that's not too bad. So. But that is it of the Rock Golem, or Rock Elemental. A lot of people call them golems. But... Now, the next creature I would showcase, but I would have to wait for a superheat to tame it. And I guess everybody should know what I'm talking about. For those new to the game, I'm talking about the Phoenix, which is a pretty good creature. I don't really have the patience to wait for a superheat, so. But the Phoenix is pretty cool. I mean, the only way to tame it is by hitting it with fire weapons. There's some pretty unique and interesting ways to trap and tame them. I will also showcase that in a later episode as well. They're not exactly easy to find. But the best way to find them, here I'll show you, you'll need a parasol. I summoned one just to see what would happen, but it's not super easy. I summoned one over here, and the parasaur is the best way, or probably the only way to find them. So I'll have to go in this direction here. You ping out. Alright, see that red dot on the ground? nothing there. I'll have to double ping in the second. I summoned 2. There's nothing here. So actually what's really here is its ash pile. When it's superheat, it'll summon, or it'll manifest. And then that's when you can tame it. So I summoned 2 of them, that's why there's 2 pings. But their usefulness, I mean, they're a flyer, and actually I believe they're pretty good at taking on rock elementals as well. I've never really truly tamed one, so it's just what I've heard. They're pretty good at taking on rock elementals, and I know they can cook up meat. I believe they can smelt metal. They have a lot of weight. And I believe they can, when they poop silica pearls. So that's kind of cool. So they can produce some pretty cool resources for you. But yeah, I believe that is it on the Scorched Earth exclusive creatures that you can tame. I won't showcase, like the creature, like the death worm, or, the manticore. All the creatures I showed you and told you about are creatures you can tame on the Scorched Earth map. Okay, here we go. Here's an example of what these guys do. They make those sounds. Okay, he's digging in the ground, so we're actually going to have a superheat soon. So I might actually show off Phoenix. Give me a second, and I will. If I can, I'll just force tame this one, but I'll show you how to tame them. A real way to tame them afterwards. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, here is the Phoenix, which is a really cool looking creature, and I haven't fully legitimately tamed it yet, but it's really cool. There's his stats, that's pretty decent weight. And I know it flies about like an RG in a way. Got the speed. It's really flame. Might use that guy as when I tame, these guys, legitimately. And also these guys don't land. They stay up, push it next. So yeah, down like this. That's pretty cool. That's the Phoenix. I guess that is all the creatures that I could show you. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.